Hello, Monica. Hi.
You too. Well, how long? Oh, God, we've been doing a million things. I mean, number one, we've been working on the Medazzaland album for about 2.5 years, on and off. We've produced some songs for Blondie, Nick and I. Blondie's reformed. We did 2 songs for them. Simon set up a studio in Tokyo and put out a few records through his label called Sin. Nick and I started a band called TV Mania, and we were working on a project for that. And finally, we released the Medazzaland album a couple of days ago, and we've been doing all kinds of stuff around that, and we're planning on touring, so it's quite a lot on our plate.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it took a long time because we weren't sort of totally concentrated on that one job. We actually went out and we played shows to support the Thank You album during the writing time of Medazzaland, and we came back and it kind of broke the creative flow a little bit. It took a while to get it back. We wrote an awful lot of material for Medazzaland. I mean, you've probably got a third of what we actually came up with on the album itself. That was the best third of it. I mean, we lost a bass player in the process as well, which sort of threw a bit of a spanner in the works, but ended up actually working to our advantage because it really kind of freed up the whole musical process. I came back to the studio one afternoon very late. I should have been on mic singing it about midday, and I came back at 4 o'clock. I floated on this cloud of narcosis. And Warren said, "Hey man, what have you been taking?" I said, "Well, actually, I've been to the dentist and I had an operation on my jaw." And they gave, instead of giving me a general anaesthetic, they gave me an intravenous sedative called Medazzaland, which enables you to remain conscious and respond to the instructions of the surgeon. However, at the end of the operation, you forget all that's happened. So I came back in with this big gap in my lifetime, and he said, "Hey man, you were..."
No, you go. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know where I am. I said, "You're in Medazzaland. Let's go."
Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of classic Duran Duran mixed with a lot of more futuristic stuff. It's definitely got more dance music on it than the last couple of albums we put out. A lot of electronics this time, but more than anything else, it's 12 really strong songs. You know, one of the reasons that it did take so long was that we threw out anything that was substandard and really just kept the best of everything. We wanted to make it very compact. I think it really fits together as a whole. All the songs sort of belong as a set, so it works well as a sort of total listening experience. Well, we needed a name for a sort of a future cybersex doll, and we thought, well, Barbarella's the perfect name. Of course, it shortens to Barbie, and it was kind of a nice nod back to our origins. And I suppose, in a way, you know, some of the imagery that was in the Barbarella movie was still somewhat of an inspiration for the song.
We're starting on... Well, it's a small band. It's a 5-piece band. It's you know, it's 5 guys on stage basically. We haven't done that for years.
We're playing small venues as well. I think when we come to Houston, we're playing at the Bayou City Theatre. Yeah, Bayou City. When are we playing?
1st of December.
1st of December we'll be there, and I think it's that kind of very intimate, just the music. Sort of the raw Duran Duran.
And then in the spring we're planning on coming back and doing some bigger shows.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really to showcase the album, you know. We're going to be playing a lot of the new album, obviously with some old stuff too, but you know, it's just going out there and playing the songs with nothing too complicated.
I think it's something people haven't seen from us for a long time, so we're definitely committed to going out there and delivering some great performances.
Well, it's something we wanted to do for a while since the internet had started. You know, we saw possibilities of selling music that way. And this time the technology had become available to make a pretty decent download and also protect the copyright with this thing called liquid audio. So we took it to the record company and said, what do you think? And, you know, they agreed to it. It's just an alternative thing, really. I mean, it's not something that we see as sort of taking over traditional retail. I mean, everybody likes going down to stores and looking through the racks and finding CDs. But for the people who love the internet, it's just really interesting to be able to get this thing from cyberspace and load it down into your sort of hard drive in your computer for 99 cents or whatever, and have a pretty decent copy of the song.
It's like a cyber home shopping network.
Yeah.
Well, really flattered and entertained, actually, and surprised. I mean, I think the whole idea of a tribute album is something that hadn't occurred to us that ever would be Duran Duran tribute album. Suddenly it came up, and then to find out the kind of bands who were actually doing it, the kind of music that they're actually playing, was a real shock to us. And took a bit of getting used to the album, but now you sort of, I can definitely hear where they're coming from. And it was a really good fun afternoon to be on stage and to work on the same show with those guys.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, I mean, we all love what we do, and there's a lot of things we've still got left to try out. I mean, Duran Duran's always been about change. You know, we're not frightened of going in new directions, and we like to experiment with a lot of things. And so we just move forward. Each album, we try to top what we did last time. I mean, the starting point for the Medazzaland album was really, okay, we've got to write songs that are equally as good as Come Undone and Ordinary World, which was another reason why it possibly took a little longer. And we set ourselves very high standards. So, yeah, absolutely. I don't see any reason why we're not going to continue.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you want to do it?
Yeah. Hi, we're Duran Duran. You're going to hear about our new album, Medazzaland, and our upcoming tour, On the Buzz.
Great.
Thanks, Monica. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.